Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Weekend Wrap Up. I'm David Thomas. This is Mr. Josh Blevins. We're here to talk about all the news that matters for this past week, Josh. And we don't have a whole lot, but
we don't have a whole lot. Now there's a bit of weather, and it kind of messed with the scheduling. So
yeah,
we're not.
So that is the news. It's the weather.
That is part of the news.
Week.
Yeah.
And yesterday you were able to go to a ribbon cutting. I understand.
We had a ribbon cutting for show sponsor Extreme Flooring down behind Dunkin' Donuts. They got a really nice, very nice, looking, brand new building down there. Showroom. They do floors. They do cabinets. They do kitchen remodels.
They do it to the extreme.
They do it to the extreme.
Yes,
right. They do. So
congratulations to them. And I want to point out that the address that we have on our commercial that's coming up, it needs to be corrected.
Yes, they're not on Colorado.
Yeah, they're not on Colorado Boulevard. They are. What is it? North Park Drive?
Something like that. Yeah. Just look for Dunkin' Donuts going behind it.
Right behind
down
Dunkin'
the hill
Donuts.
behind.
Yeah, just take a sled down there when it snows, and you can go check out their new location. But let's take a break and hear from our sponsors. We'll come back and we'll talk about what is going on and what has happened this past week.
Absolutely.
Get the results you want with the personalized service you deserve at Dennis Young Insurance Agency.
As a local independent agency, we offer coverage from several different companies, including Erie. So whether it's auto, home, life, personal, or business, we can find the right coverage to meet your unique insurance needs. And with a rate lock advantage, your rates won't go up as long as you do not change drivers, autos, or addresses. Contact us at Dennis Young Insurance Agency, insuring Shelbyville and surrounding areas since 1988.
Ready to upgrade your space? At Extreme Flooring in Shelbyville, we've got you covered. From carpet and hardwood to luxury vinyl, tile, and waterproof flooring. We also handle kitchen backsplash and bath remodels. Our design and sales team will help you find the perfect fit with trusted brands like Dreamweaver, Shaw, Mohawk, Doll Tile, and Tile Bar. And their certified installers make sure everything looks just right. Stop by and see us at 225 Colorado Boulevard in Shelbyville or give us a call at 931-735-6700. Financing is available. Schedule your consultation today at extreme-flooring.com. Let's make your home amazing.
All righty, welcome back in here to the Weekend Wrap Up. Mr. Josh, what all we got to talk about today? What's happened this past week?
We've had a few things. Actually, I'm going to lead with something that's coming up tonight. This is something, we got a new establishment on the square and shaking things up here in town. And just announced this morning early is that the owner of Grindstone Cowboy, Mr. Craig Campbell, will be doing a pop-up show tonight at 6 o'clock.
What's a pop-up show?
He's going to do a concert. He's rolling it down himself, and just get back from being out on the West Coast, and he's going to do a show 6 o'clock, live music on the square, Grindstone Cowboy, something you wouldn't have gotten in Shelbyville a year ago, or
That's right.
2 years ago, or 5 years ago. So
you going?
I don't know if I'm going to make it or not.
It's a little cold.
I've had a long week. It's a little cold, but you'll be inside. You'd be inside.
Well, I know, but just getting out and going, it's going to make a lot of people. I don't know if I want to get out tonight. You know how it is.
I'd go down. It's going to be a good time. It'll be packed, I bet. So something new to do here that you don't have to drive to Nashville for.
Yeah.
So, in news, the news of the week was the weather.
Yeah.
So we had some weather. You and I weren't even together last Saturday because I was a wimp and stayed home.
Yeah.
So
didn't want to get out in the mess.
Didn't want to get out in the mess. We dodged a bullet though.
Yeah,
I spent Tuesday afternoon up in Nashville, West Nashville, good part of town, Belmont, Vanderbilt area, and they had trees in the road still. They had power out. There were still slippery roads. It was a mess up there, and I've still got people that I know. My wife's got a friend in Brentwood. We've got some more in different parts of town. We're a weekend, and they still don't have power. So the story up there is kind of shifting to, now that it's been this long, it's a little bit of a blame game.
Yeah, boy, I saw that yesterday.
The city council is going at it with Nashville Electric Service. They've issued some statements. They've issued some statements back and forth. So there'll be time down the road to figure out what went wrong exactly. But in the meantime, they've still got... I should have looked before we started. I mean, probably maybe 50,000 without power. I don't know what.
It's my understanding, and I heard from somebody that lives up there that had an explanation given to them about what was going on, and they had extra help coming from different power companies around the region
Right.
And Nashville Electric turned it down because they said they had ample help to take care of all that they were doing. And then the blame game started. This is improper planning for, like, crying out loud. The weatherman's been hollering 2 weeks about this storm coming.
Right.
So it's back and forth. And John
Yeah.
Rich was on Fox News yesterday talking about
Oh yeah.
it's the liberal mayor, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of blame to go around. Everybody's going to point a finger, but hopefully they get those people back online, because I'd be kind of cranky too if I hadn't had power.
yeah,
for a
while
week.
everybody's
So-
pointing fingers, there's people over there freezing.
freezing. Yeah, actually, I had a customer that runs a retail business there, and he had no power until yesterday. So just imagine what that does to a small business. They can't even open because they got no power. So
That's
it's
no money coming in.
Yeah, for a whole week. So that's tough. So local, let's get a little more local. Let's get into the county. Uncle Nearest, story we've been covering for a while here. They had a lot of activity this week, a lot of filings back and forth. I did a brief article, and basically things are getting snippy.
Yeah,
So,
snippy. A little
snippy.
chippy and snippy.
Snippy and chippy. Yeah, there's a lot of finger pointing going on there as well. There was an attempt by the Weavers to delay. There's an upcoming court hearing on February 9th. They wanted to delay part of that. They said they didn't have enough time to get ready. They wanted more information about what they were going to be arguing, some of that. And the judge came back immediately within 24 hours and said, no, we need to get together. Things have gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
So there will be, all parties will be together February 9th in Knoxville, 9:00, federal courthouse. I would imagine they'll be there all day. Just guessing.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot to discuss. The receivership is ongoing. He's been looking for buyers. If you follow the blog of the guy with the cat photos, everybody knows the guy with the AI cats. He's got a lot of good inside contacts. He's had a lot of behind the scenes information, as far as there was both he and the Moore County Observer released a email that went out from the receiver to all the investors in the shareholders, basically saying, hey, I'm working, I'm trying to do my thing here. He said, I still have not gotten a reasonable offer for the company, so I'm not at a point to bring anything to try to sell it. I'm just trying to maintain operations, get things under control, try to get enough money gathered together to keep the bank paid and keep the bills paid and keep the lights on. Moving just slightly into the world of rumors, although I've got a little bit of backup to some of this. It was announced again by the cat guy yesterday that Friday's payroll by the companies that are not under control of the receivership, which would be the
Humble Bear,
the world's longest bar and the barbecue restaurant, that those people didn't get paid. And I've heard from him this morning, he should be posting later today. It's his understanding that they laid off the entire staff of Humble Baron other than 3 employees.
So
we don't have complete confirmation on that, but I can say they have posted themselves, Humble Baron did. They've been closed for over a week. The initial reason was they were worried about the weather coming in. They currently show they're going to be open just today and tomorrow for 4 or 5 hours, drinks only, no food anymore. And also their executive chef posted this week that he has reopened his catering business. So all that tends to support the fact that things are not going well at the businesses. And again, these are 2 of the 7 businesses that the receiver is going to be arguing in court that possibly he might need to take over to get things back under control over there.
Yeah.
So one of the other ones, and this is one that I have a little more insight on as well, one of those businesses is called Shelbyville Grand. They own a number of pieces of real estate here in town, including the U.S. Bank building, the Times Gazette building, a couple other buildings across from the U.S. Bank building on North Main there. Part of what the receiver is going to be looking at is those are assets, obviously, that's real estate.
right.
If he can prove that any money from Farm Credit, either the initial loan amounts or even revenue generated by those initial loan amounts, was used to purchase that real estate, he's going to have a strong argument that real estate should be part of the receivership. So that's all the kind of things that'll be argued at that February.
So that's
hearing.
and at this point, from what I understand, if I followed and tracked this properly, he's asked for the documentation to track that, the bank records and so forth, and he hasn't gotten them all yet.
No, he does. He has
He
the
does
bank
have
records. He just doesn't know. He alleges that he sees dollars moving
Right,
between the different
right.
entities. He just doesn't have the background of why those dollars moved. He needs to get somebody on the
Right.
stand under oath to say, hey, this $1 million payment was for this, or this $50,000 payment was for this. So that's all what will be argued at the February 9th hearing.
Well, so the documents don't show what it was paid for then.
Well, they just show a dollar amount. It's a bank statement, so it shows a bank transfer
he
of
don't have-
$50,000
yeah.
from this account to this account.
he don't
It
he don't
doesn't-
have the paperwork, the invoices. and
He
all that
doesn't
to
have an
match it.
invoice or
Yeah,
a receipt
yeah.
or anything. He's just
Yeah.
got bank statements.
So I walked up into 2 conversations this past week, and maybe toward the end of last week. And the conversation was all of this story. How can it be affecting the business, and how in the world does a business come out with this much stuff happening to it? And the conversation kind of went, it can't be good, you know.
Well, it's
So
definitely hurting business
yeah.
now. Both sides agree. It's killing the business right now. Their sales are down. It's not good. So they've got to find a path forward to make the bank whole. And then once the bank is farm credit is just one piece of the puzzle. Then you've got all the vendors that need to be paid. So you got to find a way to get them paid. And then you still got a bunch of shareholders that are expecting to have some kind of value left for their shares when it's done. So you got a lot of parties that have a piece of this and have a financial
And then, like you
interest.
said earlier, you still have light bills and other vendors that's coming.
You still got bills going on just
yeah.
to maintain
And it's
operations.
tough.
And then you've got, and the worst part for us locally is then you've got the employees. If all that's been reported in the last couple of days is true about what's going on at Humble Baron and the other thing, there's people that live in this area that may have lost their job this week over this or didn't get a paycheck.
Right.
So yeah, that's the hard part. So as far as government meetings this week, there was a grand total of 1.
A grand total of one.
There was a lot more on the schedule, but they, because of weather and different things, they didn't happen. Actually, I lied. There was 2. One of them I could not make it to. The Shelbyville Power Board did maintain their meeting. They changed the time, though, which messed me up. I wasn't able to fit it into my schedule.
Okay.
So they don't set their schedule around me. So I did not make it to that one. But we did have the city council got together with the planning commission and the power board the following day, the Wednesday morning. And we met over lunch and just talked about what's going on in the city as far as growth. Because I don't know if you noticed, but we continue to have more people coming here and more buildings,
I've noticed,
and more
Josh.
businesses. So a lot of the discussion was kind of a repeat of, we've had this meeting, this is the 3rd year in a row. So a little bit of it felt repetitious, maybe.
Oh.
A little bit.
Oh.
If you want to see the whole meeting, it is on the city recorded. It's on the
Right.
city's YouTube page. I think a grand total of 25 people had watched it last time I
Okay.
saw it.
All
But
right.
it's there if you
Yeah.
want to watch
Yeah.
it. Lasts about an hour and 40 minutes.
So what's the Cliff Notes version?
I'm going to
Josh?
give you the cliff notes of things that I thought stood out to me, and there wasn't a whole lot. But one thing that jumped out to me, because this was the first time we had full numbers, 2025 growth actually slowed down in the city, believe it or not.
Define that term growth. What
Yep.
does that mean?
On it.
Population? Is that what we're talking about?
In this particular, and this is just one metric you can use, this is number of new customers moving into the utility system, which that's a way
That's
to
a home.
measure. That's a person coming in, a business, whatever. In 2025, between the electric, water, and the sewer system, they vary between 1.7 and 1.8% growth for 2025. The previous year, we were at 3.7%. So almost half. It almost was cut in half last year. for
I think
whatever
those
reason.
numbers will reflect in your real estate numbers as well.
Yeah,
They
I think
go
our
hand
real
in
estate
hand.
business has kind of slowed down. So on the water side of things, because they know that everyone's always interested in what goes on with their water system, we have as you know, we have a plant that's capable of producing 10 million
10.
gallons a day of drinking water. Our average usage last year, 4.65 million gallons.
Look, can
a
we
day.
rephrase that from drinking water to household use water?
Okay.
Because not many people are drinking it.
Well, okay. All right. You're right. As I sit here with
Yeah,
my
I
quart
know.
of spring
I was
water,
like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
That's what I
Yes.
suggest as well.
yes, your water that comes out of your tap, they generated 4.65 million gallons a day, so a little under half the capacity of the.
Okay,
plant.
so we still have a cushion there. And 2 million
Yeah.
of that is Tyson plant.
Tyson is their biggest customer. Yeah, I don't remember the number, but yeah, it's a huge number. They spent $1.5 million rehabbing the power system, $300,000 on the water system. $735,000 on sewer, which sounds like a small number, but they said they've got still another, because there's several big projects going on, $7.5 million in open POs on that. So there's a lot of stuff
And
going on.
that's
in
going to
sewer.
the east side where the moratorium is. It's got to be part of that, not
No.
that.
So to the moratorium, they don't have a plan yet for the moratorium. They have a dollar figure. The dollar figure it's going to cost to fix the east side of town is $6 million. With the current bond market, where rates have been up a little bit, to borrow $6 million is going to cost them $10.5 million in payments.
Wow.
So they're currently on hold on fixing that because they feel like that's 10.5 is a big chunk to eat, because that's going to happen people's rates.
Right.
There's no magic place that's coming from. The Chauveau Power does not print their own money. So 10.5 million would need to come from ratepayers if they want to finance it themselves. So they're obviously looking at grants and other things, but they're not.
We have a dilemma.
Actively. They have a dilemma. So
We have one.
we have a dilemma because
We do.
Yeah, if
I
you
mean,
want to build
seriously.
east of Highland Avenue.
Whitthorn,
No, it's Highland,
Highland?
I think, or Hillcrest.
Hillcrest.
I know
Hillcrest.
there's
That's
a
it.
name.
It's
There's
one of those.
one of
Yeah.
them streets. So if you want to build east to Hillcrest, you
Yeah.
cannot currently.
Whitthorn's
because
is
of-
right here.
Yeah,
No, it's basically where Cooper Steel is, the road
Yep.
right there.
it is their road
Everything
to the
east of
east.
there, that would take you all the way down to the crossroads of 64
Right. Yeah.
and all of that area. So where all the condos and the townhomes are
Townhomes
built
are
would have been
going.
affected had they been trying to build that at this time. So
Correct, and they're able to continue because they had previous
grandfathered
permits.
in.
Yeah, they're allowed in. You just can't bring in any new
Yeah,
projects
right.
at this point. So
So how does that border all the development out off of Brown Lane and back? That's slightly west of where we're talking, but it skirts into part of it.
it interferes. The townhome development that was approved on Amos Smith recently, they're only allowed to build 29 of their units until the moratorium is fixed, because that's how much capacity is left up even in that area. There's the other PUD that's being considered on Horse Mountain Road.
That's out, isn't it?
No, it's not out. They have to build a pumping station to pump their sewage all the way over
Oh yeah, that's right.
to the
one
west
that goes through the park
because
complex.
of
Yeah.
the issues on the east side. So yeah, so it
Wow.
yeah, it's affecting development on the east side of town for sure, and they don't have a solid plan yet of how they're going to.
When you're diverting that sewer from the east over to the west, that puts a burden on the west, on the part that's not moratorium. So then
Right.
you complicate the issue that we have that's not completely collapsed yet. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, they feel like they
So-
have that capacity over there where they're going to.
Well, that's good.
to, but yeah,
I'm sure they have monitors and
yeah, they
stress tests they have to do on all
yeah,
that
so
stuff.
they feel
but
like they're okay. there.
somehow we got this to where we're at now because of 80 years of just not taking care of it,
Yeah,
and now
it
here we
just-
are.
It failed, and now we got to fix it. So a couple other things that were brought up. We've discussed this one in the past, but this was brought up again by our Public Works and Chauveau Power. We've got a number of intersections in town that have old or failing or soon to fail sensors on them.
Yeah.
They gave 3 different prices on replacement sensors, anywhere from a cheap one is $26,000 up to $46,000. It seems like the 46 is more the direction they're going to need to go on a lot of them. It's the newer technology, but either way, 28 intersections need to be done over the upcoming years. So they're going to have to find a way to start working that into the budget.
Have you ever experienced one of those failures, Josh?
Yes, I have. I have on a Sunday morning when I try to pull out from Peacock Lane onto 231. If I'm the only one at that light at a
You're
certain
not
time,
going, are you?
I have to go through on red. You don't have a choice. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess if I want to be extra legal, I can turn right, drive down, and go back. I usually just wait until nobody's there, and then I just have to pull out. I've sat there
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes, and it doesn't see me. So,
Well, just on the east border of the shopping center, the Rosa Shopping Center, the traffic that I forget the name of that road that comes right through there. That traffic light right there on that where them awards is and D's fast track, that traffic light, if you're coming from either road, a lot of times it never changes.
it doesn't see either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I've experienced it firsthand, and it's like kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just it's the technology's old. He said they're having trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of the parts they can't even get anymore. So they've
I wonder-
got to.
Maybe you know this, but how does the freezing weather affect these sensors as well? When you have ice on the road, a lot of it is loops in the street. on the pavement. Some of it's in the
it's
camera. or-
overhead. Yeah, it's camera stuff. So it shouldn't, unless the camera were to get fogged over, it shouldn't. What hurts them is particularly the ones on Peacock, because they've explained it to us. The camera is shooting a long distance, so when the sun hits a certain level, it can just hit that camera right
Blind
in
it.
the lens, and it
Yeah.
just blinds it. It
Yeah.
just can't
Yeah.
see. So if it's particularly certain times of the year, fall and spring, when the sun's at a lower level than it might be in the summertime. So
Right.
yeah, it just it's not good. So they got to fix that. Also, our fire department spoke again and stressed the fact that we have got to get to work on fire station number 4. We have got a major hole in our fire coverage in the middle of town, around Peacock Lane over to Fairfield Pike, that area. And that's where currently we've got a lot of construction going on.
Yeah.
So we've got all these new houses going, and they have a slower response time just because of their distance from
Right.
our 3 existing fire stations.
Are we in danger of losing our ratings at all?
If we were to have a new inspection for ISO, we could, it could be borderline of going down a number or two.
Okay. So is there any progress in that direction at this point, Josh?
There's been a lot of talk, and I've seen no progress. So yeah, there is and I'll just lay it out there. There's a piece of property owned by the county school system in behind Cartwright. That's perfect location. It's the piece of property that MTS
Right.
presented to the city to put fire station number 4. It's 4 acres. It's flat. It's ready to go. It's on the road where it needs to be. But it's a question of, would the school board be willing to sell that to the city or not? There's
Hey, school board, sell it to the city.
well, there's still consideration.
Yeah.
The reason that the school board bought it is there's consideration of possibly one day in the future putting the bus garage there is still the talk.
Okay, so let's think about this just for a second. Okay, it's county and city, of course.
Yeah.
Can't order a pizza together, but we need to get together on this because a lot of county schools sit in the city limits, and you got a school sitting right there. How good would it be to have a fire station close to a
Within
school?
eyesight of the elementary
You would just
school.
run over there right quick, and if there was a
Well,
fire,
And you know how much kids love firefighters.
Yeah.
Imagine the field trips you could do, walk out and go to the fire station. I'm sure the firefighters would love to show the kids
absolutely.
around.
So we got to get our
It's a-
priorities.
it's another one of those no-brainers that
Hello.
it seems like could have happened. And I've talked to a couple of members of the school board, just said, hey, and they understand, they know that the
It's
city's
a better
interested.
benefit as well. The city and
Yeah.
county are like kind of partners here,
Yeah.
but also understand the need for the bus garage because that thing's like 100 years old.
It is. They're considering, the other consideration with the bus garage is they just got the old TCAP property on Madison, and maybe there's a way to relocate that over
Yeah.
in that area, which would make sense because that's where the administration buildings would be. So,
Response to fire is pretty up the totem pole, in my opinion.
it is.
I mean, that's
think
one of
it's
our
a-
key things.
It's kind
you
of a
know,
high
like-
priority.
Like,
So,
yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
like emergency. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe that'll get worked out soon. I know our fire chief would like to see that happen quick.
Oh, he would. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's something that we can make some progress on in the next year or so. Last but not least, again, not a lot of meetings, but it is election season, and we posted a new list of people running yesterday. We were up to, I believe, 61 people have jumped in the ring for different county races. They are down to less than 3 weeks to gather their signatures. I've seen people scurrying around town gathering signatures.
Yeah.
I believe I've signed myself 2 different petitions, and I've seen petitions signed and
Yeah.
people going around. So actually, no, I've signed 3, I think, I'm think of it. But either way, it's that time of year. We'll 3 weeks from today, we will have a basically final list of candidates. They technically have the week after that. If they see who they're running against and decide they don't want to, they're allowed to withdraw for 1
Right,
week after
right,
the announcement.
yeah.
So they have 1 week to pull out, but we'll have a pretty solid list 3 weeks from today.
Yeah. Very good.
You've started, I know, interviewing candidates already. I believe you've already had 4.
We got 4, and
You've
we've got 2
4.
more scheduled real soon.
Okay. All right.
This next
So,
week we'll have 2 more going up.
Yeah. So that open invitation
It stands, and
anybody running
yes.
for office can reach out and come in at any time. Doesn't cost you
I mean,
anything.
even if you don't like Chevrolet now and you think you're opposed to coming on here, I promise you the same 5 questions will be asked.
Everybody's getting the same
Everybody's
questions.
getting the same thing.
Yeah, and basically they do all the talking. You're not.
I'm
doing
just sitting
talking.
here.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just,
sit there and let
I'm
them-
enjoying hearing from these folks.
right, hearing what
I mean,
what
even,
they're worried
even
about,
if, yeah,
concerned about.
even if I don't agree with everything, I'll be honest with you. Everybody, I think if you got every candidate and could fit them in this room, it's impossible. But if you could,
Yeah, it's tiny. Room.
they would agree on most of the things that we're talking about on a day-to-day basis. They see the need for changes made somewhere. It's just how you do it.
Yeah.
So everybody's in the same
Yep.
situation here.
Yeah, so wide open. Last thing I'll mention, since we're going to be short today, anyways, is we're coming close to the first meeting of our property tax freeze committee, which is
Okay.
coming up on February. I believe the date is the 10th. It's a Tuesday at 5:30. So I'm excited about that. I've still got to gather my information that I've got. I'm going to try to get it onto a one-page something that I can hand out so that I can. I've been doing all this research. I want to get us something that's easy to read and easy to understand. And I need to get back again with our trustee's office and possibly our assessor's office, make sure we're on the same page on all the data and information, that we've got something to present. So we don't just have a committee and nobody knows what's going on.
That would not be good.
Yeah, that is the goal there. And actually this Tuesday, which I'm jumping ahead to, we'll talk about this after our final break. But this Tuesday, the city council will be meeting in a special called meeting to appoint them to first approve the fact that we want to be on the committee, and then hopefully appoint the two council members that are on that committee. So
okay, very good.
Coming up.
All right.
So with that, unless you got something else, let's go to a commercial break, and then we will talk about the upcoming week because we do have a few things that are on the agenda.
Yeah, I will mention this that was posted, and I think we posted it on our Facebook page. There's two members of the board for Bridge Bedford that have been announced. One's Karen Thrasher, the other is Brian Cruz.
Yeah.
Anxious to see how that plays out. Congratulations to those two. Great people to have, and we look forward to seeing how that moves forward.
Yeah, and they've already got an event, Connected Community 5K. I think you're going to be running the 5K again this year like you did last year.
Running much of anywhere, Josh. Okay.
But it's a great event. Go sign up.
I'll think about it.
Sign-ups are available. You can walk the 5K. I think they even have a 1K option. If you don't want to do all 5Ks, you can even walk 1K.
How far is that?
Less than a mile. So like half a mile. You can walk half a mile.
I can walk half a mile.
You can walk half a mile
All
if it was really slow walking. So
yeah.
So let's hear from our sponsors. We'll come back and
All right.
talk about the upcoming week.
Get the results you want with the personalized service you deserve at Dennis Young Insurance Agency.
As a local independent agency, we offer coverage from several different companies, including Erie. So whether it's auto, home, life, personal, or business, we can find the right coverage to meet your unique insurance needs. And with a rate lock advantage, your rates won't go up as long as you do not change drivers, autos, or addresses. Contact us at Dennis Young Insurance Agency, insuring Shelbyville and surrounding areas since 1988.
Ready to upgrade your space? At Extreme Flooring in Shelbyville, we've got you covered. From carpet and hardwood to luxury vinyl, tile, and waterproof flooring. We also handle kitchen backsplash and bath remodels. Our design and sales team will help you find the perfect fit with trusted brands like Dreamweaver, Shaw, Mohawk, Doll Tile, and Tile Bar. And their certified installers make sure everything looks just right. Stop by and see us at 225 Colorado Boulevard in Shelbyville, or give us a call at 931-735-6700. Financing is available. Schedule your consultation today at extreme-flooring.com. Let's make your home amazing.
All righty, welcome back into the weekend wrap-up show. And Josh, I know we talked about the weather, but there's something else that you want to kind of
there was something I was going to mention in weather, and I'm remiss if I don't bring it up. But our friend John Hall has been running the warming shelter all winter long, and he's had a lot of nights this year.
Yeah.
And this weekend they're sitting at Shelbyville First Church of the Nazarene.
First Church of Nazarene.
Yep, with my neighbor Pastor Andy. They've volunteered to open their facility for this weekend because Fairhaven, where it has been housed at, they had an event, so they had a conflict.
It's the D Now Youth Rally.
Yeah,
it's taking place this week, and that's one of the meeting places. So
tonight,
one more night there, and then probably back to Fairhaven.
Probably going to go back to Fairhaven.
As soon as I get word from John on that, I'll post the details on the next phase for the warming shelter.
Yeah, but we just want to give a shout out to John because I mean it's amazing work that he's doing, and he has stepped up in a big need in the city that nobody has really taken this much initiative in. I know we had the homeless committee a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and there was talk, and there's some things, and we have. Now, I don't want to say that we don't have great nonprofits doing good work. We got the soup kitchen, we got a lot of other things, but this was a big need to have somewhere to house the homeless.
Well, let me
During
let
the
me
low
just- let me
temperatures.
let me
Yeah.
make this announcement for John.
Yeah.
It's not a homeless shelter. This is a warming shelter.
Anybody that needs.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we have had people at the
Yeah.
warming shelter that actually had their heats out
Right.
or other issues. Maybe they were visiting or whatever, displaced for a night, and they would come and take advantage of it. So it's not, there's been a good percentage of our crowd there that's not been just
Yeah.
homeless. It's
Right.
just people that are without heat
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
But he continues to need follow the post that you post every couple of days when there's a new location or a new date. Follow the post. They could use volunteers
Right.
anytime. He's there most every night, having to do this on his own with his wife.
Right.
And it would be great if he had more help. And
Absolutely.
he would take any help he
There's a
could
few
get,
people
so.
coming in and helping out, but it's a big stress on John personally.
Yeah.
And he also they're taking donations of cots that
Yeah.
that contact him. He'll tell you what they need.
Yeah.
If you want to sponsor a couple of those, maybe blankets. Also, they need breakfast sandwiches, frozen breakfast sandwiches, that type of stuff. And then they're also in need of warm meals for the night. A lot of restaurants have stepped up. I know Ruth's Kitchen has. A couple other places have stepped up. I don't want to leave anybody out, but it's a lot of people have stepped up, but they still need some people. And it's hard when you're working a job to go and spend the night there and then try to but there's some people that have stepped up that are retired and so forth that are not currently in that position. They're stepping up, but they need more people for that.
Yeah, good opportunity to get out and help if you can. Other than that, upcoming week, just all my meetings this week are on Tuesday for some reason. This Tuesday at 4:15, the County Finance Committee is meeting. This is one of the ones that was supposed to meet this past Tuesday, and the weather got them.
Yeah,
So they moved it forward a week. And then Tuesday evening, City Council meets starting at 5:30. We got the special called meeting at 5:30 where we're going to work on the committee for the senior tax freeze, as well as there's a couple other small items. I think there's a one nonprofit event and then a bragg grant, both of which were time sensitive. So we had to do it this week rather than next week. And then at 6 o'clock is the regular study session. It looks like a lighter agenda than normal for the council. Not as many rezonings. Maybe a reflection of those growth numbers we talked about. Not as many people with events that have made it up to the council level as far as the rezoning. So, but with that will be all of the. That'll be about it for the upcoming week. So I'm sure something will come out of left field though.
Always.
And hopefully not anything involving ice or snow though.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll be back same place, same time, probably with a little bit longer show next week with the stuff that you got going on.
Yeah, there may be. I'll have a few more notes next
Yeah.
week, probably a few more meetings. So
all right. Well, thanks for watching. Again, we thank our sponsors. Y'all have a great weekend and try to stay warm.
Yep, we'll see you.